Hi, thank you so much for tuning in again. I hope you caught the last episode, discussed the advantages of buying as a company or a corporate. Today, I am going to share some of the disadvantages. They're not that many in my view, but as always consult with licensed advocates and tax experts who can help you make an informed decision. But the most obvious disadvantage for me is, number one, from an egocentric point of view, the property cannot be registered solely in my name. That is an important factor to consider if your reason for making the investment is to advance your own personal financial goals. So if I'm going to buy a piece of land to pass on to my kids, for example, it matters that the property is solely in my name, as opposed to being an entity that is owned by other people. Why? Because that introduces succession issues. If something were to happen, so same example as last time, there's three of us, three friends, two of my friends and I got together, created a company. We're all directors and shareholders in the company, and we pooled our money to buy this one piece of land. My reason for buying was to pass it on as an inheritance for my children. The other two directors may have had completely different reasons for making the investment. So obvious potential conflict of interest, as you might expect. One of the other guys might be intending to sell the property off after 2 years for the capital gains, right? Because they want to leverage it into something else. But I wanted it as a long-term investment for my children. So what happens? Complicates the issue, right? That's an obvious disadvantage. The other disadvantage, as I've mentioned earlier, is if one of us dies for whatever unfortunate circumstances, the other surviving members have to either dissolve the company or go through a succession process to determine what happens with the interests of the deceased member. That can be a very time-consuming process if you're going to go through it legally through the court process. It can also be expensive because you have to employ the services of succession lawyers. And you may also have to get into administrative expenses of changing the names of directorships, or if you have to dispose of the property, that incurs other costs. So you have to look at everything holistically before you make your decision. There are a number of other disadvantages with this, but this, in my view, would be the biggest one. Again, consult with the experts before you make your decision, and you should be in good standing. I hope that helps. If you have any questions or comments to make, please feel free to do so. You can do that through our YouTube channel. Please be sure to subscribe and share widely. You can also send us an email through our website, www.goshenacquisitions.com, and we'll be happy to engage with you. You've been watching Own Land in Kenya. I am Solomon Wangwe. Stay tuned for more information on strategic land investment.